Welcome everyone. This is here we are at Wong Dynasty for yet another free education event put on by the Worcester Tea Party. Tonight we're going to be talking about ranked voting. We have honored speakers, and as is our custom, we are going to start tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance. I have Steve Hall, who's a candidate for State Senate. If you would be so kind as to lead us, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Now, we're going to start our program with a local celebrity, a man that I'm proud to call a friend, even though we don't always agree on everything. But I don't always agree on everything with everyone. So, if I could have Bill come on up, Bill Coleman. He's going to introduce the topic of ranked voting and how it's been here in Worcester, how it's gone through the time. Thank you, Bill.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what we disagree on. I have no idea. I think we believe in democracy, and that keeps us on an even keel. But tonight we're having informational discussion on ranked voting. I'm going to give a brief intro, and then I'm going to scoot out to go to another meeting, and I'll let the expert really talk about it. You know, I'm talking about Howie. But it's an opportunity for all of us. But what I've done is I've invited the filming of this to appear on my TV show, which is called This is Worcester with Bill Coleman, which is on WCCA TV. And I can take that thumb drive or DVD, play it as part of my show, and it can go all over the place. And I would advise that we look at other cable access programming in every city and town so that we can get this message out. This is free publicity. You know, this is about restoring democratic rights to American citizens. Okay, at one time in the city of Worcester, Massachusetts, and that's where I'll talk about things. The city of Worcester had something called proportional representation. And that's where people voted by a system of ranking candidates from 1949 and 1959. It was taken out because it was paper ballots. Now, in the city of Cambridge, Massachusetts, which was all part of something considered planning form of government, which came out of Ohio, and it was supposed to alleviate corruption in city governments by instituting a professional management of our local governments. But when I hear about ranked voting today, and I hear about the early baby steps and the informational steps that we're taking around the Commonwealth, and we're looking at things around the country, you know, and how this can restore democratic rights to the common voter, then I think there's hope out there. We look at this, the state of Maine, which voted to institute ranked voting, okay? And we look at what's happening in different communities around Massachusetts where conversations are taking place. But I'll let Howie talk about that. My biggest thing is, I'm a media person. You know, I'm retired from teaching at UMass Amherst, where I taught public policy for 20 years and organized efforts to educate people from around the country at the Lord Jeffrey Inn as they would come into Amherst to learn how to better engage people in our community. And something that I want to share with people, which can be a part of the momentous to get this question out, this conversation going, this engagement going, is as I've spoken to people in person and I've said, you know, are you familiar with ranked voting? And people, oh, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Well, it's growing. People are getting a little more curious. You know, when a community can take a local option and eliminate their preliminary elections, okay, and save money on local elections, and you realize how much money is being spent on that, you got people's attention. All right, you got people's attention. But the other thing is, the caveat is, people are saying, well, what about same-day voter registration? Where is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on same-day voter registration? We know that you've got to register to vote before you're engaged. Now, those of us who are loyalists, And we embrace democracy, and we realize the rules are what the rules are. Remember, those rules can be anything that we want. This is a government of, for, by the people. At one time in the city of Worcester, it took 50 signatures to get your name on the ballot. Today, it takes 300 signatures to get your name on the ballot to run for a public office. And this is local elections at large. Now, what that means is you need to get 600 signatures to make sure the signatures you get are certified. And it's stopping people from getting engaged. You've got to be really nuts to go out there and run for office and to raise the money and to organize and all this stuff. Why should democracy be so difficult? That's why when people get elected, they talk about the power of incumbency. So what we're talking about here tonight is restoring the democratic rights, the principles of participating in our government through the voting process. So my contribution to tonight's program is, yes, this is embraced. It's a great message. It's a great opportunity for us to restore some sense of true democracy back to the people of our Commonwealth. And rather than being a follower of what's going on, let's be a true leader. Let's engage. Let's take this message. Let's put it to local cable access channels so people can learn this. Let's write some more articles to the newspaper. Let's slowly engage and introduce people. And those who aren't here today, the message can be embraced by them as they hear about it. So I'm going to turn this back over, and I'm just happy to be a part of this. I will speak wherever you need me to speak, and I will embrace things that are going to make it possible for people to get a clear understanding that what we're doing here tonight is not going to take long. We're talking 2018, 2020. Time flies by fast. So support the candidates who are running. Encourage yourself to think about being a candidate. Get out there and vote. But help to bring this momentum to your local communities so that we can have an opportunity to get people once again engaged in our democratic process again. Thank you.